Hey guys, how are you doing? My name is Trudy Kitui and we're here with Becca Africa. And I think I'll mention we have Myogenic Africa Talent Academy, MCSK, which is Music Corporate Society of Kenya. We have, who else? We have Clayson TV, UNO TV, and Voice of Meru. So we are here chilled with the one and only, the founder, the CEO of Myogenic Africa Talent Academy. And we are so privileged to have him here on our channels because we have a lot for you guys. We want to share more about how he started this organization and maybe the future of it. And also if maybe you want to join, how are you going to go about it? Actually, he has more of what you don't know about him. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, and thank you for taking time to come and get to know who we are, and coming all the way to Tawala. We don't take it for granted. Yeah.
You're welcome. Kindly, I would like you to introduce yourself. Tell us more about you. Who is Myogenic?
Well, thank you. Myogenic is himself speaking, as he always does. Myogenic is a foundation for the youth. Bottom line, we are interested in nurturing and mentoring the youth, especially who are interested in the creative industry, whereby we started Myogenic way back in the 9th of March. We did a talent search in Mombasa, Mtwapa, and then we also did another one in Nakuru. I think it's the Retro Theatre in Nakuru. Then we did another one in Kisii at Ufanisi Hotel Resort. Then we did another one in Kakamega. But after doing all that, I came to realize that yes, we can do it better. Whereby now we find the challenge that I faced is you find out that you find a very good artist in Mombasa, and then you find another good artist in Kisii and another one in Kakamega. But because it's hard to go back, so you kind of don't have anywhere to take them. So, and then I met later on when we created the Myogenic Africa Talent Academy, whereby Dr. Ezekiel Mtua is our chancellor for the academy. I came up with the idea of actually, it was like, how about Myogenic? These folks, we bring them together and create what we call a Myogenic hub. It's like an industry. It's like a boot camp school whereby you run them through a training. You give them a cocktail of a mentorship program, and you give them a job to do, and at the same time you promote their brand. So that's why we came up with a Myogenic Creative Hub, where we are right now. We are creating Voice of Myogenic TV, where we are seated, where we will employ people from the creative industry, of course. So we will have people from journalism to photographers to videographers, for music producers, DJs, name them. So we putting another studio close the block, whereby we will have different types of producers coming in and producing music of different taste. And also we have another office in Nairobi where we want to bring another different taste of a larger studio where we can now be able to produce music for choirs, from especially SDA choirs, where they can come and record their songs in a large studio. Uh, so purely we have a barber shop where is actually one of the upcoming best rappers. You can come and say hi. Uh, is a rapper, but yeye ni mtu kutoka Tanzania. Kuja kijana mdogo pande ingine. Huyu kijana first, it's interesting. Kazi yake ni kunyoa. Yeye ananyoa, lakini is gifted. Akona talanta mbili sana nimegundua. Moja, akona talanta ya kuimba, lakini vile vile akona talanta ya kuigiza. Yeah, kuna talanta ya kuigiza sana. He's a good storyteller. He can tell stories. Ni mtu tu anaweza kuwa very creative. Na nampenda sana. Ni mtu mwenye pia naye ako na heshima zake. Uh, na kunyoa yeye ni mkali sana. Hatari sana. Na anaambia vijana wasiongee sana. Haya, kuja basi.
Habari zenu. Mimi tunashukuru Mungu kwa hapa niko na Mayogenic. Hiyo ni cha kwanza mbona sasa tukashukuru kwanza Mwenyezi Mungu tu hapo. Tena shukuru tu kwa kuja hapa kutusupport nini. Nashukuru sana hilo.
Una feel aje ku work na Mayogenic?
Mimi na enjoy sana. Mimi na enjoy sana, mimi na furahi sana kuwa naye. Huyu mtu mkubwa na atusupport na tupenda, so nashukuru tu Mungu.
Mayogenic ako hapa, mwambie kitu kimoja ambacho ule unataka sana kumwambia. Ako hapa?
Hapa. Hivi waga chochote mimi nikimwambia maana anaisikiliza sana, yana anapenda yani kusikiza vile unamwambia, so kwa sasa sina la kumwambia sana. Tunajifanya tu, mimi namshukuru tu sana kwa tuko naye tu hapa cha kwanza.
Okay, kikubwa kwa sababu ameweza kukusupport right now anasupport muziki wako. Wewe utafanya nini ili usimwangushe? Wakishe kuwa kile kitu ambacho ana support umeweza kumfurahisha pia.
So kwa muziki mimi naweza kujituma sana, isiwezi muangusha kwa kimuziki, lazima jitume vitu kama hivyo yani, lakini kwa kuimba nini na nini mimi mwenyewe najijua tu, naweza kila mahali kila kona, mradi mimi mfurahishe.
Yeah.
Nice. Sawa sawa.
Sawa, thank you. Vile vile tuko na Cowboy. We call him Cowboy. I try to call him the coward of the county, but he says he's the coward of. You say you are what?
The cowboy of the county.
Not the coward.
Not the coward.
How are you?
Yes, I'm very fine. Yeah.
Okay, tell
He
us.
speaks only English.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit of yourself and maybe how is the feeling working with Mayogenic?
All right. Thank you for this privilege and the time that we have come here. My name is Bonnie Shelton, Country Boy 045, Kisii County. So I'm hailing from there. I'm a country boy, and I'm proud of that. I thank God for that gift of singing. So I've really enjoyed since we met with Mayogenic. You know, I just sent him a message while I was in Kisii over Facebook, and I couldn't imagine that one time we shall meet. And actually, no sooner we met in Keroka, and I told him about my story and about my career of music. It was really moved with that, and I can say one thing of this guy I love from him. He has a very big heart. He helps many people, even if he doesn't know you. When your story has touched him, he has that heart that he can be able to help you to move to one step to another. So I really enjoy because I'm working in his academy, in the restaurant. I'm just one of those guys who blends juices, mango juice, passion. So I'm proud of him. He has also given me a job opportunity, which is very rare to many people. And that is why I relocated from Kisii because of him. And I came here, and I know I will do everything possible not to let him down, because he has also given his time and energy and resources to make me shine.
Okay. How did you get to know Mayogenic before you approached him and maybe you wanted to work with him?
All right, Mayogenic, I was scrolling over Facebook for many days, and I was seeing him writing Mayogenic Movement, Talent Academy, and I was like, this guy can support people, because I was looking at his posts almost every day, and I said like, oh, it's like this guy has the same interest like what I have. So 2 years thereafter, and then I came to text him. I was not sure whether I could respond back, but I thank God that he did so. You know, kuna wale watu wakifika kule juu, yani ukiona kuna watu wengine wakubwa unaenda kuwa text wengine wa respond, but he's not that kind of a guy. What I like from him, he tells you, if you text me, don't say hi, hey, because I don't have time for that. Can you explain deeply what you want? So, and that's what exactly I did. Not that I was not texting him from the past, but I was saying hi, hey, and then I realized that's stupidity. So it's good to explain yourself well so that somebody knows clearly what you want. Yes. Thank you.
That is so cool of you, and
Yeah.
I know you are at the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So it could be an offensive if you didn't do what the song I love the most that you do. Just do a little vocal of that song. Well, it's one of my favorite songs that he does, and I love that.
Yeah, that song is called Did You Talk to God Today? So I'll want to sing it so that a little bit.
So you are ready.
Yeah.
It's already on YouTube.
No, not uploaded it. You talk to your banker, your lawyer and such. You talk to your doctor, but you didn't learn much. You talk to everyone you met on your way, but did you talk to God today? Did you talk to the giver of life? Did you ask his help with your troubles and strife? Did you say, Lord, I'm sorry if I've gone astray? Did you talk to God today?
Nice, nice, nice.
Wow.
I
Thank
love
you.
that song.
That's a very nice.
That song actually talks to me and reminds me that every day I should need to talk to God.
Yeah.
And that young man there, uh, he doesn't know how much I get touched with that song. So, and that's one thing I tell people that creative is not only money making, but it touches life differently. Um, so that's bottom line what we do here at Myogenic Africa Talent Academy. We looking forward to host more talented people in the academy, and not only just giving them a job, but also putting them through a mentorship program under the guidance of Dr. Ezekiel Mutua, who is very, 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 very passionate about the youth and the creative industry, and also help them even go back to school. Some of these folks want to actually go back to school and get more education on what they want to do or they wanted to do. But some of them come from a background that is not supportive. So we provide that background so that they can move forward. This is not only that he is gifted to sing, this is somebody who can become a doctor. But at the back of his mind, he knows that my parent cannot pay the school fees for me to become a doctor. So we also guide them to make sure that if they had a passion to go to school, we can negotiate as kind of a scholarship, either a local school or an international school. They go and continue with their further studies so that they can also become, financially stable. So that is the goal of Myogenic Africa Talent Academy. I could not go further in before thanking my wife, who is the director of Myogenic Africa Talent Academy, who is currently working with the United States Army in Italy. And also not to mention uh, Mzazi William Tuva. Mzazi William Tuva is one of the founders of Myogenic Africa Talent Academy. He's actually the patron of the Myogenic. I can also not go further without mentioning Jim Watt, aka Kumbeni under 18. Jim Watt is is one of the mental health. When we talk about mental health career counselor, is the one who talks to these young musicians and tell them the story about a drug addict and not to go astray from your career by abusing the so-called drugs. Jimwat is a rapper and is really good. He's actually is one of the old Myogenic, and I can't also not fail to mention, of course, Iweno Media. Iweno is my PA, but he's also a CEO on his own. He's actually currently even if he's my PA, he's going through that now program of mentorship on how you can become a personal assistant. So what I'm going to do with him, I'm going to train him on how to become a PA, and then later on hand him over to another person to actually employ him and give him a job, because that's his passion. And he also has Iweno Media Services. He does videography, anything that you think they need to be recorded or need to be taken pictures, he does it well. I can also not mention him as he's actually part of the management team that manages our wasani hapa on the ground. So he does a very good job, and actually he's the one who is the one who organized for you guys to come, right? So we have to give him that credit. Also, I can't not say much about how OnRec Music Production is a studio which is eventually relocating to the Myogenic Africa Talent Academy ground. It will be producing their music from the academy. They have come through for Myogenic, even the Jink of Myogenic, Myogenic Hat is the one who came up with that jingle. Of course, Jim Art is the vocal, and one of the female artist, Mora, she did really well. So there's a lot of partners of Myogenic. Shout out to Youth Wesesha Initiative, one of our strongest partners. Shout out to Pamoja Voice of Africa, also one of our strongest partners. Shout out to MCSK, also one of the biggest partners. And I don't want to forget um, there's a lot I wish I could have written down. King Megan. King Megan is one of the people who are so passionate in this creative industry. He has a studio along with Kangundo Road, and he's also one of our partners. The guy who just left here, Kabugi. Kabugi is also a guy that I seen that he has a very big interest in the creative industry, and he has agreed to partner with us. So I think we are young, but we are growing strongly. And this year we want to focus on doing more groundwork on like campus tours, going around the country, and eventually, going across the country to our neighbors. Talk of Kigali, talk of Congo, talk of Tanzania, talk of Zanzibar, and then we can cross over to Europe and cross eventually to United States. Actually, this coming 9th of March, Myogenic is going to have a birthday whereby we are going to appreciate our partners and give them an actual certificate of partnership. So, and then in June we are having an event in North Carolina. Not many people will make it from Africa, but I also have a team in North Carolina, a team of Myogenic. So they will represent, one thing I tell people is the reality. I don't want to tell you that I'm taking you to America tomorrow, and the process to go to America is not a walk in the park, but it requires paperwork, and we have the potential and the ability to do the paperwork, and that one takes time. So that one I will not tell people that, oh, I'm taking you to United States, but yes, it's not going to happen tomorrow. As in, I can say we are going to Kisumu next month and we go. But eventually, I will want to see us doing more events of myogenic in the United States, because that's where my ground is. That's where I've lived most of my life, which I didn't say part of my introduction. I'm married to a U.S. Army soldier, but myself, I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I worked in the U.S. Army for 11 years, where I worked as a wheel vehicle mechanic. I was an engineer there for 11 years. And then later on, after leaving the military services because of my disabilities, I did injure my knee jumping out of aircraft. So I did have a surgery and then another surgery. Then by that time, my doctor told me that I want to lay you off from duty, which was a good relief for me. Though I had so much passionate about the U.S. Army, which actually builded me to myogenic. Um, but now they advised me that since you have a heart to serve, you can go serve the civilian on another capacity. Then now I developed the passion of now supporting the creative industry, because myself, I love music. And because of the love of the music, I was like, if I love this music, why can't I support it? So that's how I started now, the myogenic.
So your inspiration came from the love for music.
Yes.
Love music.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, myself, I'm not into the soccer. Like the Man U thing and the Arsenal thing. You will not find me there. Not that I don't like it. I don't find it attractive and interesting to me. But you find me if I am if I am down, I listen to music. And one of my favorite artists from Kenya is Jimwat. So when Jimwat alipiga kumbe ni under 18, I liked it. I liked the storytelling part of it, and I liked the education part of it. You know, Jimwat is, if you listen to Jimwat's music, is all about entertainment. He educates while he entertains you. And that's one thing, that's why I also love Arikiba. Arikiba also, most of his songs, zinanifunza mengi. Zinanifunza mengi. He sings songs that have stories. Like Mwana. You know, Mwana is pretty much prodigal son. The guy who went astray in the Bible. If you didn't know that. Hiyo wimbo Mwana jeuri sana. So if you go follow it, you will see him talking about that prodigal son. So those kind of music, I listen and they tell me, hey, myogenic, you are going astray. You know, the like of Sedanto. Ile wimbo ameimba anasema kisiwa cha Maravidavi. It's cautioning married men. You know, people will love your money, they will go party, but at the end of the day, your woman and your kids are suffering at home. So make sure that your money and your energy is channeled to the right people who are called your beneficiaries. So that's why I love music. So because of the love of the music, so I started to support this so-called musician, the likes of Juakari, who was here the other day to come and support Myogenic. Ben Gidai. Ben Gidai, by the way, tuko na korabo na yeye. Nimeimba nyimbo mbili na Ben Gidai, lakini sija...
Ninki huyu?
Wewe ni Mkisii na
Mimi ni
Gikuyu.
No, it's a Swahili song. He really helped me to go to the studio. The first time I went to the studio to record music, I went with Ben Gidai. And then later on, I went and did with Jim Watt. There's a vocal I've done with Jim Watt. It's a poem. We're talking about suicidal thoughts, which people don't want to talk about, and people don't want to accept that mental health is a disease that is killing our own people. People are, committing suicide. And especially, I encourage people to just get out and do something. Don't just sit home and cry on your problems. Get out and do something. Get to know somebody. Get to talk to somebody. Like I believe vile mmekuja hapa mmeenjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, There's someone out there watching this interview and they're like, how can I join Mayogenic Academy?
First, we take students and we also take partners. So if you are a student, you just hit on our website and register. And actually, we are doing three things. We're doing students, you register into the mentorship program and then the school. And if you are a partner, you come, we sit down, we set up an appointment, we look at an MOU, what is called a memorandum of understanding. We see how we can partner, how you are going to benefit, and how Mayogenic is going to benefit. So we grow together as partners. And if you want to become a member of Mayogenic, you can just be a member of Mayogenic, like a fan who supports Mayogenic ideas. You can send us, what you like to see Mayogenic doing better as a member. And also, if you have a problem, if you are a member of Mayogenic and you run into a problem, we send our rescue team and we give you a priority because you are a member. I.e., people get sick, i.e., people lose their loved ones, i.e., people get an interview or a job, or they need to travel and they don't have the funds. If you are a member of Myogenic, we come through and we gang around and support you. So,
Maybe what future do you have with Myogenic? Plans, maybe vision as well. Maybe there are some things that you're planning to do come this year, the end of this year or next year.
my goal by this June, I want to employ around 100 people who are, I would say, in the creative industry. About 100 of them get a job where every day they get to meet with Myogenic. And also, I get called a lot to a lot of big shows. Now these artists, when I'm invited to a big show and I take them there, they perform, it's also a plus for them. And also, getting to meet, it's not only that giving them a job, but I also want to get one-on-one on them and get to sit and find out who is your mentor, who do you look up to, and then I see if I can get that person to come and meet this kid and actually now become their mentor on one-on-one, not through imaginations. I think that's one thing I want to do for this creative industry. Yeah.
Do you have some challenges that maybe you're going through running these?
Yes, the challenges that I face is some of them probably don't have a fully understanding of Myogenic. They jump into it, and once they jump into it, and then now they find out the reality that number one, I don't really, if you are late, I tell you are late, and if you don't keep the time, now you become a challenge to me, and also discipline. We do support what we call clean content. I don't want to have somebody in the Myogenic who is in the internet trolling other people. If you are trolling other people, you are not helping them. You are putting them down. How can I help you? I can't help you because you are not helping other people. My goal is to make sure that the team of Myogenic is a clean content team, whereby we want to sell clean content and help people, and people are having a bad day already. You don't want to add to their bad day. You want to reduce that burden of a bad day that they are having. At least put a smile on somebody's face. That's the least you can do in the team of Myogenic. So bullying each other, if I find another artist pulling another artist, then those are the challenges that I don't like to see, but they are there. Yes.
Wow. Maybe lastly, looking at yourself right now, do you feel you've achieved what you wanted to achieve? Because you're an retired army, and right now what you're doing, it's a different thing. Maybe what can you say about it? Have you really achieved what you wanted? Are you heading there? Or you still have a long way to go?
That's a good question, but I will reply that